Hello, mi Tulancavita. Here we are on Via Descanso. I had a chance to sneak out today and I'm able to bring this to you one day earlier. I have already walked the property, so it features all the things that you need, but there's a couple of things that I feel that I have to bring to your attention. So as always, we start with a view of the neighborhood. I don't know if you can see it right here, but this is the highest up the mountain that we have seen so far. That right there is the Franklin Mountains, and pretty much there's not a whole lot past this street. This street right here is Via Descanso, and it's one of the main streets that helps connect another big street down the street called Ojo de Agua with a lot of these upper neighborhoods. So this street right here has a moderate amount of traffic, just FYI. Okay. So there she is. It's a good looking big house. So as I was telling you, the property has been on the rental market for the better part of 4.5 years. As such, whenever you have a home that has been through several tenants, they tend to exhibit a little bit of wear and tear. And it's something that the house has, so do not let the wear and tear really discourage you. The most important thing is going to be the location and if it has the features that you need. There are a couple of things though that I really do want to point out because I think that they're important things to discuss as we see the property. Okay. All right. So first thing of note is that the exterior of the house was built with stucco. This is not the newer synthetic stucco. This is the older stucco. And the older stucco is not as flexible as the new materials, which is why over time you start seeing these, well, pretty large cracks that happen. One of the things that you have to do is you have to refill them up so that you do not have water stepping in, because the absolute enemy of homes is water. When it rains, obviously water is going to go in, insects are going to go in. But in the winter time, if you have rain and then you have a freeze over, the water gets in, it freezes and starts popping up. That's a very, very telltale sign that something like that has happened. And that's the only one that I saw on the exterior. It could be that there are more, I don't know, but just FYI. So a good looking house, and one thing that I really like, and we'll go to the backyard at the end, is they have this huge gate right here. As far as the size of the lot, this is noticeably larger than houses in this price point. I mean, this is a large, large lot. Okay. And then something is, this is what is called a sump pump. Essentially, let me show you why we have this right here. As you can see, just by the way that this area is built, when it rains, water is going to pool in this area. So you have this pump right here underground where the water goes in. You can see that they're drawing power from over here. And then it pumps all the water outside into the street. That way you do not get flooding in this area. All right, so moving in. Here we are on the property, and one of the first things that I noticed when I walked in is that they actually see that big bump right there. It looks like they have, I don't know if it's an active water leak or if it's past water damage that they just didn't fix. But definitely something happened there at some point. Then also down here, if you notice the baseboard, this baseboard is unusually damaged compared to the rest of the home. It looks like at some point something might have happened right here. Maybe there was a little bit of water inside the walls, and whenever you have water inside the wall, the baseboard is the first part where you'll start seeing that damage, because that's where the water obviously is going to pool You see that telltale sign where the baseboard begins to bulge a little bit. So it could be that at some point there was a little bit of a leak going on over here. Okay, so let's start with this area right here. So the owners of the house are calling this a bedroom. And technically it very much is a bedroom. It simply has these French doors right here. It probably would be fairer to call this an office, but you know, it's a functional bedroom. You do have a closet right there. And then this is the 3/4 bath, which guests would have to be using this 3/4 bath. You have something going on right there. I don't know quite what that is. It could be that it's just a water stream from water that keeps pooling. It's hard to say. These are the originals, which are very pretty, but as you can tell, I don't know if you remember that on another house, I was telling you that I personally have a softener, and that's because, you know, the water is so hard that it tends to create all this rust. You see that? It tends to create all this rust and all this calcification on the faucets. A little bit of mechanical damage right there on the walls. Just FYI, just so that I don't have to point it out anymore, probably the entire house needs a fresh coat of paint. You know, just after so many tenants, it simply needs a good coat of paint. You can tell, I don't know if the camera's picking it up too well, but you have stains like right there on that wall. You have stains throughout the house. You know, nothing too major, and a good coat of paint would probably bring out the house quite a bit. So this area these are your formal spaces, and the way that this seems to be organized is that this area right in front of me is supposed to be your formal living room. So to go into the home, you walk through here, and your frontal living room is always going to be welcoming you. And then that area right in front of me, that is your formal dining space. Or you could have that as your formal living room if you don't have the need for a formal dining area. And then this front area could be, you know, a very nice reception or foyer. You could put a very nice round table here in the middle and, you know, make it very nice and cozy. Stairs to the second floor. We'll go over it in a second. And another thing, just so that I don't mention it again, the carpets are probably at the end of their useful life and probably they should need to be replaced at this point in their entirety. You can also see that you have a little bit of wear and tear right here in the wrought iron. This wrought iron it's easy to treat. You just need to repaint it. It takes a little bit of time, but it is well worth to bring it back into life, because as you can see, it's a little bit worn from, you know, everybody using it as they're going up, and perhaps maybe even a little bit dirty. So this area right here is your den and breakfast area. You have the built-in shelves that were very, very common in the early aughts and mid-aughts, back before TVs became 80 inches plus. Wood shutters throughout the house, which is an awesome energy efficiency feature. You know, just a very basic, plain vanilla Whirlpool. So you have General Electric for the microwave. I suspect that these are probably the originals. And then you have a Frigidaire dishwasher right here. and Whirlpool fridge. Okay, so right here you have your pantry. Good sized pantry, and then you have your washer and dryer area. You can have both electric and gas for the dryer. And coming this way, you have your 2-car garage. Downstairs furnace. So you have 2 AC units, refrigerated air, Rudd systems. I don't see anything that stands out just by looking at this. So these pumps, they usually last about 10 years. Every 10 years you're supposed to replace these, but other than that, there's a little bit of rust right there. So it could be that at some point this pump was not working as intended and it was overflowing. That's why you have that little bit of rust. So right here, there's something that I want to point out. And it's right here. So you have a cut right here into the main foundation of the house, and then you have another cut right there. Typically, you never, ever, ever want to cut into the main foundation of the house. So, to give you an idea, all of this space right here in the garage is not reinforced foundation. This is just cement laying down pretty much on top of the dirt. The moment that you go into the house, which is that step right there, which is the spill line, at that point, all of that cement is reinforced. And one of the things that they keep telling us in new construction is that you're never supposed to cut into the main foundation unless there is a very, very pressing reason. Obviously, at some point, they decided that this is something that they needed to do. No idea why. It's something that that I would probably ask just to find out what's going on. And then the other thing, you have your water here, which is not properly installed. You can tell right away that this was installed by a handyman, not by a proper plumber, because I just checked. The manufacture date of this water heater is 2017, and in 2017 we had already passed city code in which all appliances in which there's a gas line going in, they're supposed to have what is called a sediment gas trap. So the sediment gas trap should have been here, and the sediment gas trap is basically a piece of pipe that goes like this, and then you have another chunk of pipe that goes down here. And the purpose of that is to trap any sediment or dust that may be in the appliance. I mean, not in the appliance, in the gas line, sorry, so that it doesn't go into the appliance. So just FYI, it's a Rheem water heater. It's a fabulous company, Rheem, but whomever installed this, it was probably a handyman and not a plumber. You have something going on right here. I don't know what that is. Could be that it's just dirt. Okay, so we're going now to the second floor, and then we'll check out the backyard. Oh, forgot to show you Harry Potter room right there under the stairs. So again, just a little bit of mechanical damage. This is, you can tell that it's loose. Second heater / cooler. I don't see anything here that catches my attention. Okay. So I'm standing right here at the top of the stairs. You have a loft right here with a balcony. Then right there, you're gonna have 2 bedrooms. You're gonna have another bedroom right here. Right there, you have the bathroom that serves all of these 3 bedrooms. And then through those double doors is going to be the master bedroom. So let's start with the bedrooms. So pretty much plain vanilla bedroom. Not much to really speak about. Maybe the closet. Some people would argue that it's a little bit small. I think it's just fine, but perhaps a little bit on the small side. And then one of the reasons that you can always tell that this is a big home is because Big likes to use these curved, or these, at least back then, they like to use those curved doors. So right now, I am standing directly on top of the water leak that I saw earlier today. And one of the things that I was trying to figure out is, I don't know if I can actually open this or not. Let's see. No, I can't open it. Don't know why. But anyways, what I was telling you is, you see that grout right there, that is actually cement. And that is how you're supposed to seal the tile. I can see just by cursory looking at it that there's a hole right there on that chunk, which means that if you get rain, you're gonna get water coming in at some point. You can also see that there's a bunch of repairs that were done at some point. Again, more than likely a handyman did it because they didn't use coloring to try to match the existing color. So obviously the homeowner has done some maintenance on the house, as he should. But just, I don't know, my gut feeling is that he was probably using a handyman instead of a contractor. And I don't mean to knock handyman, not at all. I use handyman all the time. It's just that there's a couple of things where a handyman doesn't cut it, and you really do want a contractor if you want to do a couple of things. Like the water heater downstairs. So this is bedroom number 2. Good sized bedroom. And then this leads us directly into the loft. Whew. Wow, this is nice. So this is the view from the balcony. You can tell we're gonna catch rain again tonight. So somebody left a gift here, and I don't know where that goes. And we'll go to the backyard in a second so you have a detailed look. Again, some of the cracking that is very common with the old synthetic stucco, with the old non-synthetic stucco. And then right here, a little bit of peeling paint, a little bit of wood rot, but nothing too major. You have, oh, looks like they have a little bit of a lip right there. Interesting. Okay. This is the third of the non-master bedrooms, and of the non-master bedrooms, this is the largest. And now we're going to come right here into this is the hall bathroom. So it's a single sink for 3 bedrooms. Some appraisers would call that a bit of a functional obsoleteness. I call it good time management for the kids. But no, all kidding aside, single sink for 3 bathrooms is a little bit on the low side. Okay. And then here is the master bedroom. Okay. So the master bedroom right there, you have the master bathroom right here, and then the master bedroom has its own sitting private area. This is called a master's retreat. Let me give you a good idea. One of the master closets. Actually, I don't know if this is the master closet. I think that I saw another one in the master bathroom. We're gonna see it right now, but you got a lot of shelf space right here. We'll go to the front balcony in a second. And also, that is the master closet. This is the commode. Okay, so master bathroom. Double sinks. Jetted tub. And then right here you have the walk-in shower. Probably needs a good, I would probably regrout most of this. You can tell that it's a little bit worn. Needs a good regrouting. Bit of a plain vanilla shower head. And right here you have the private balcony. Okay. All right, so that's it for the interior of the house. Let's go check out the backyard, and this tour is over. Oh. So this probably needs to be replaced. All right, so let me stand back here. Give you a good view of this backyard. Pretty large backyard, really. Nothing really else stands out. I mean, it's a large backyard. There's not a whole lot going on, but it has a lot of potential. Anyways, guys, that's it for this property. I'll be uploading this to our channel, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. For now, Jorge out. Talk to you later.